can only be described as hypnotic. Please welcome Dorian Jamon Russell.
Good morning, parents, teachers, and the class of 2014. I'm sure the 12, 13, and 14-year men remember our first day as pre-firsters, as we walked into Pollock Gym hand in hand and listened to Mr. Reed tell us a story as he did every year. He then said, "Everyone welcome the class of 2014. 2014. Geez. My mom and grandma used to always say, 2014, my God, when that day will ever come. And I don't blame them. I mean, when you hear 2014, you think of flying cars and microwaves that make food magically appear when you turn them on. I thought we'd be living like the Jetsons by now. However, the future is no longer this intangible thing that we imagine. The day, June 7th, 2014, is right here, and we're living in it in this very moment. We're sitting here this morning as high school seniors, eagerly waiting to become college freshmen with the beginning of our lives ahead of us. But before we can embark on that journey, I believe it's important for us to take this time to reflect on where we came from. We all came here at different times, some in pre-first, third grade, sixth grade, and even high school. And we all dug our roots into the St. Paul soil and said, this is where we will grow. And much like trees, we grew stronger and taller and bigger. However, it takes trees hundreds of years to grow completely, and with us being boys, it'll probably take us hundreds of years to grow completely. But we're getting there. In order to grow, you must learn as well. In order to grow, you must learn as well. We did a lot of that in and outside of the classroom. There was a lot that we didn't know and a lot we had to learn. For instance, in lower school, we didn't actually exactly know the significance of the Maypole event where we walked around in circles with ribbons for 20 minutes. Personally, I obviously didn't know how to go Christmas shopping because every year at the Christmas bazaar I'd end up spending half of my money on donuts and hot chocolate and then have to figure out how to buy gifts for 8 people with $15. In middle school, we learned that the only thing Mr. Culberton was more passionate about, aside from coaching and teaching, was his annual Halloween costume. Another personal one for me was the age-old phrase, never judge a book by its cover. Every year at the end of the summer, we would be asked to come in and get acquainted with our new lockers and homeroom advisors. A few days before this, I was walking past the weight room and saw this guy. Short, bald, wearing glasses, and jacked. He was doing one-armed pull-ups. I thought to myself, hopefully this guy won't be a teacher of mine. However, it was just my luck that not only did he introduce himself to me as Mr. Schaefer, my new geometry teacher, he'd also be my homeroom teacher. I was immediately intimidated. However, we learned that he was a man that cared about our success and us. As we entered upper school, there was still a lot we had to learn, and I believe this is where we did the most growing up. We had no idea that Russell Sparrow would take the sparrow part of his name so literally, if you know what I mean. As sophomores, and still to this day, we aren't very sure whether or not Mrs. Pavlovsky is a Russian spy. As juniors, we learned to persevere through adversity with the IB program. Although there were stress and sleepless nights, we got through it successfully. The same way trees lose their leaves in the fall, we lost our hair due to the stress the college process brought us. However, thanks to our hard work and the hard work of our college counselors, we somehow managed. I learned just how accepting the guys to the right of me really are this year. I spent a lot of time throughout high school hanging with the grade above me. However, they graduated last year and I wasn't sure what I was going to do this year. Luckily, they included me into their social circles and made it feel like I never missed a beat. Although we learned so much over the years, I think the most important lesson we learned this year was how to become men, and not only men, but St. Paul's gentlemen. This quality makes us unique and will take us far as we compete for new opportunities on a national and or global level. In 2 to 3 months, we'll be starting a new chapter in our lives, to later go on to become whatever it is we dream to. Jamal, our MLB superstar, David, our future politician, Mikey, our lacrosse superstar, Chris Ocker and or Carl, our innovative creators that will invent something that will completely blow our minds, me, hopefully a thriving actor, and last but not least, Dave, running his own anger management classes. However, as we go on to fulfill these amazing professions, we should always remember our alma mater, and that this is a place where we can always come back. To the teachers that are unfortunately leaving the community for greater opportunities, you will be missed, and we wish you the best. However, Mr. Marinacci, just remember, next year you're going to blue and yellow. This is blue and gold. To all the other teachers and to our parents, we thank you for all you've done, and to go on with this terrible tree metaphor, for nurturing us and giving us sunlight and water. Now you gotta leave it up to us, which I'm sure frightens you all to death. But I know we'll make you proud. To the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, remember the mural that we all put so much work into, and carry that torch. On behalf of the senior class, we'd like to congratulate Mr. Faust on a successful first year at St. Paul's. I'm sure it was tough for you to adjust to a completely new community and take on such a demanding role, but I hope we all made you feel comfortable and welcomed. Lastly, I personally want to thank you, 73 guys to the right of me, for allowing me to grow with you. It has truly been an honor to be able to spend however much time I spent with you guys over the last few years. I'll see you at the reunion. Thank you, and let's ride.